Too big for a box? You know you got some big lures. This is the July COD box bag for Tackle Club. Let's start off with a little price breakdown list. So this is a little list that is included in every box. This is a list that's included in every box and gives you the full rundown of what the retail price is and what you saved. And in the top corner of this has a little QR code that if you scan it with your phone, will take you straight to a fishing e-mag free of charge for all Tackle Club subscribers. Now that's out of the way, let's jump into the lures. In typical fashion, I'm going to start off with the surface lure in the box. So this is one by an Australian company, Baramba Lures. So this one here is designed by Matt Fraser from Baramba Lures. Like I said, this is the baby Bijiwong. So his classic Bijiwong was like a lizard. Initially was a lizard wooden handcrafted surface lure. He's now mass producing these. So everyone can get them at an affordable price, and we've included them in this month's COD box. So this is a little surface crawler here, comes with a spare tail as well in case the tail gets minced up. This one does have the bib on the front, so it can blip, 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 blip along the top. This is a surface walker, which is going to be perfect for your early mornings and late afternoons. Now obviously check COD closure season in your area. Make sure you're not fishing rivers. If it's closed, stick to the dams, but this is still going to work in the dams, but you're probably going to look, once again, early morning, late afternoon, but closer to the edges. So look for some big flats, some weeds, some holes, anywhere where the big cod are going to hold up. Mainly I like to look for the flats, so big flats in maybe anywhere from 3 foot to 3 meters is going to be plenty of water to hold a big cod. So long cast out and just let the lure do the swimming for you. Slow wind, and this thing's just going to blip, blip, blip along the surface. Easy as surface lure from an Australian lure company, good to go. Now obviously as that sun comes up a bit higher, the cod retreat down a bit deeper, and we've got 3 different options for you here. I'm going to start off with 2 that are quite similar, but also quite different at the same time. So I've got one here. It is a big spinnerbait from Baseline Spinnerbaits. So this thing, as you can see, has a huge blade on it, which is going to cause mass vibration, big curl tail grub on the back, and a very durable, colourful skirt on it as well. So the good thing about spinnerbaits is they're very snag resistant. So if you're fishing in a dam or a river that has some good laydowns, rocks, trees, whatever, this is going to be where you want to cast it because it is very snag resistant. The big wire frame at the front maintains its upright course and bumps over most of the structures, so you can feel free to let this sink down behind some of the laydowns, in some of the holes in the rocks, get in tight close to the structure where these cod are going to be sitting. Now if you want to cause a bit more vibration and ruckus and maybe get like a reaction bite out of these fish, then you might want to swap over to this one. So this is a chatterbait here from Spinrite. So a Spinrite chatterbait, I've got a purple and chartreuse one here. Chatterbaits give off a hell of a lot of vibration, thud, 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 thud. It's a good weight as well, so we'll get a long cast, pre-rigged with a paddle tail soft plastic. And honestly, chatterbait's one of my first go-tos for slightly more open water cod fishing. Not necessarily like open water where you're fishing like a original drop-off from the riverbed, but sort of still edge bite to deeper water. But you can cast and cover a lot of ground with these, as well as your spinnerbait. But your spinnerbait, I'm going to save that for the structure. This one here, I'm going to be looking for a deeper sink, slower wind, so add a lot of pauses in as well. Let it sink back down to the bottom, so you're fishing that bottom third of the water column, and then you got yourself covered. Now if you're fishing the very open water or deeper water, original riverbeds or big flats that still have a fair bit of depth to them, we've got a big swim bait here from our friends at Chase Baits. This one here is the big prop duster. I've got this one here in the red fin color. which cod love to eat redfin, so I'm pretty stoked to get this color in my box. So this is a 110 gram slow sink glide bait. So make sure you do have a hefty rod to cast this sort of weight, but it will sink down deep. Very slow sink, so you want to fish this thing just as slow, especially in the colder months, which we're in now. I've got my hoodie on and my jacket on because it is freezing out here where I'm filming. And so make sure you fish this slow. So long cast out with this swim bait, let it sink down. And I like to do sort of just like a quick half turn, quick half turn, quick half turn with my, I normally fish bait cast. You can fish spin as well, that's not a problem, but similar sort of retrieve anyway, quick half turns, just to get this thing gliding left and right. Very wide glide as well, as long as you add those pause in between those quick half turns, you can get this thing gliding and darting all over the place. Make sure you add in lots of pauses to let this sink back down, because once again, colder months, cod are going to be sitting down deep if they're not out sunning themselves in the shallows. So you want to keep this down in the bottom third of the water column. But that's it for the cod box this month. So your surface lure, your swim bait, your chatterbait and your spinner bait. Got structure, deep water, surface, open water, all covered. If you want to check out the cod box or any of the others in the range, just head to www.tackleclub.com.au, pick a box that's right for you, and welcome to the club.